Meu nome é Felipe Niel, eu sou pastor da Igreja Batista Vida Nova aqui na cidade de Caldas Novas, Goiás, no interior do Brasil.
Que é isso? É corintiano?
I was born and raised in São Paulo, the biggest city of Brazil. After attending seminary and doing an internship in the States, God brought us to Caldas Novas back in 2008 to plant a church. The first 3 years trying to plant this church was a mess. We had no fruits. My heart was being challenged. It was my desert. I was ready to go back to the States, but the Lord had other plans. And God managed to get our church plant and this church to merge together. We started working on revitalizing this church. Actually, we really replanted this church. Used to be the Second Baptist Church of Caldas Novas, and now it's New Life Baptist Church. So in the middle of the struggle to plant the church back in 2008, 2009, I found out about X29. And since the very beginning, my relationship with X29 was very encouraging. They did everything they could to encourage me, to coach me, to help me go through the planting and then go through the replanting of this church. I was the very first person in Brazil, alongside with Cristiano, who now is the director of X29 Brazil, to go through assessment in Portuguese, and we began helping grow this network of churches that want to plant other churches that plant churches. The first few years, it didn't feel like things were really happening. Not until 2017, things really began happening here in the church, and we began seeing a wave coming. And for the very first time, I felt that we were reaching people from the town, people that really were born here. And these people, they know a lot of people. When they got to know the gospel of grace, they just want to tell all their friends about it. And for the last 3 years, we have been seeing a 30% growth every year.
My name is Pedro Isaki, but most of people call me Pedrão. And I grew up in a Christian family, but we never really knew the gospel. So we lived our lives trying to do things to gain the God's favor. So we were very attached to legalism. My life was like that for 15 years. Back in 2015, some things happened in my life and I moved to here, Caldas Novas. A lot of things got worse, including my mind, the people that I'm involved with. I didn't care about the gospel, I didn't care about God, and nothing like that.
In the second semester of 2019, this young guy moved into my neighborhood.
And that was the turning point in my life, because I knew that he was a pastor. I was tired to trying out other churches with the same story. You have to do this to gain God's favor. And he told me he pastors the Batista Vida Nova church here in Caldas Novas. So I said, I'm gonna give it a last try.
At that time, I really didn't think he would come to church. He was kind of a bad boy, riding his bike with a leather vest, with a middle finger on his vest, But sure enough, he came.
He was preaching in Galatians, and I felt the God word changing something in me. I can't explain that in words, but I felt like it was my place. I mean, I found home.
I was very surprised and glad that he came and he listened to the word and he kept coming.
The people here make me feel the love from God through their lives.
It wasn't until 2021 when I went to talk to him and then I asked the question, oh, you are a physical trainer? He told me all about it and he said, hey, I would love to train you. And at the time, I really needed to lose some weight.
When I was training him and to him to lose weight, he was training my soul. So through that time, I've learned a lot about the gospel. and he lose a lot of weight too. So, I mean, it worked for both of us.
I would do that every single day with him, and we would be training, but we would also be talking about Jesus.
He loved me in a way that I never got loved before, because he really cared about me and preaching the gospel to me, and that meant a lot. So he was more like a father to me, and for that I'm really thankful.
We were able to invest in his life. He decided to get baptized. That was excellent. That was very encouraging to see. And since then, he has been growing in the faith. He got married. He has a beautiful daughter now, and he serves here in the church as a small group leader. It's been very neat to see this journey together and how we have been able to serve the Lord together. Brazil is a continent of a country, and we have so many places and people to reach, so many places in need of a healthy church. And I'm very excited to see how the Lord's gonna use X29 Brazil in the years to come. The Lord is moving in Brazil, the Lord is moving here in Caldas Novas, in the state of Goiás, and we can't wait to see what He's gonna do in the next few years.